Hello, and welcome to Freya's Tropical Garden. This is an opportunity to see the video on Staunton Glasshouse featured in episode 6. I first did a video on the Staunton Glasshouse back in April, and I promised at the time that I would come back to do another one because there was a lot more to be covered. So as promised, I've come back again, and now I've got an interview to bring you with the head gardener, as well as a lot more information provided about the plants that are being grown here. Today I met with Chris Bailey, head gardener of Staunton Farm, to talk about the Amazon lily and the glasshouse.
Hiya, my name's Chris Bailey. I'm the head horticulturist here at Staunton Farm, part of Hampshire County Council's Countryside Service, and we're in the tropical Amazon lily house with the Victoria Longwood hybrid there behind me. Got a small team that maintain tropical gardens, tropical glasshouses, the wall garden and the Grade 2 historic landscape. The giant Amazon water lily is native to South America. There's two naturally occurring species, Victoria amazonica and Victoria cruziana, and in 1961 at the Longwood Gardens in Pennsylvania, a chap called Patrick Nutt hybridised, crossed the two plants to form the lily behind us, Victoria Longwood hybrid, named after the garden. That's quite a good link because it's with the generosity and kindness of Longwood Gardens that every year they gift us the seed. It's a pea-sized seed, and the plant behind me was a pea-sized seed approximately 3.5 months ago. So you can see just how fast the lily grows. Right in the centre of the Amazon lily pads, there's quite a large floral bud. The Amazon lily puts up a flower when the sun sets. So on the tropics, it's approximately 6:30, 7 o'clock in the evening. That flower will open almost 30 centimetres across, with a beautiful scent of sort of pineapple and butterscotch, pure brilliant white, and in its native habitat on the tributaries of the Amazon, etc., it's pollinated by a dynastid beetle, which dives into the flower, feeds on starchy appendages, but little do they know that with the sun rising in the morning, the flower is actually closing, and the flower effectively traps the beetles inside the flower during the daylight hours. It's not carnivorous, and on the second evening, on sunset, the flower reopens for the final time, and it's gone from pure brilliant white to a deep pink cerise colour, thereby releasing the beetles who are dusted in the pollen, and they fly off to another first night receptive flower. And that's how pollination and fertilisation occur for the next generation of seed. Although it only flowers for two nights, there's a succession of blooms approximately every 4 to 5 days.
Next, I want to take you round some of the plants in the glasshouse. I think this beautiful palm tree here is Dypsis Pembana. Although it normally grows in clusters, it can grow as a solitary tree, and these lovely feathery pinnate leaves can be 6 to 7 feet long. This beautiful Zamia provides a lovely jungle foliage. It's known as the cardboard palm, but it's actually a type of cycad. It's drought tolerant, but if you want to grow this plant, it's best to avoid frosts. And next to it, this stunning Hibiscus Rosa-Sinensis has this beautiful orange flower. It's not hardy, but it can be kept outdoors in the summer months. This Acalypha Wilkesiana has the most amazing foliage, bringing an abundance of colour to an otherwise normally green tropical foliage. It could be grown as an annual or a house plant and propagated by taking cuttings. I love the speckled variegated foliage on this Codiaeum. Like most crotons, these can be grown outdoors during the summer months and moved indoors once winter hits. They like to be kept damp but not get too wet, otherwise the roots will start rotting. The staghorn fern naturally grows on trees, so it's the ideal plant if you're looking for something to grow in a hanging basket indoors. It's best to water this plant from below and allow it to dry out between waterings. This enormous philodendron would be absolutely amazing to grow as a house plant if you've got the space for it. However, it could survive outside in the garden, but would die back to ground level at the first frosts. This Neoregelia is also known as the fingernail plant due to these bright pink splashes at the end of the leaves. And this Sabal Mexicana palm tree has the most enormous leaves that can grow up to 1.8 meters wide. And even in such a big glasshouse, it still looks like a really dominant plant. You can see here just how large these leaves are in comparison to my hand. And for carnivorous plant enthusiasts, this Nepenthes Truncata would make a fantastic plant in a hanging basket. I did have a look, but there's nothing in there at the moment. And it's already got a new trap on the way as well. Spathiphyllum Wallisii is better known as the peace lily, so will probably be very familiar to a lot of you. And these beautiful white flowers certainly don't look out of place sticking out from amongst the green tropical foliage. And these bizarre looking orange sticks are actually part of a palm tree called Chamaedorea Seifrizii, otherwise known as the bamboo palm. This plant is native to Mexico and Central America. Bambusa vulgaris is known as the common bamboo, but is not hardy. And I was particularly taken by the flowers on this spider hibiscus, which have a very exotic look. It's not hardy, but it would make a lovely houseplant. The Syngonium Podophyllum, or arrowhead vine, is a wonderful tropical foliage and would make a wonderful houseplant, as it could even be trained to grow up a wall. And in the fernery there are a wide variety of different ferns growing, including Dicksonia antarctica, the tree fern that many of us have in our gardens. And I think this one might be Cyathia Medularis, which has a wonderful black trunk. This is not as hardy as the Dicksonia antarcticas, however it may survive a milder winter on the south coast of the UK.
Here at Staunton Farm, as I say, we're part of Hampshire County Council's Countryside Service. We're just north of Havant. Staunton Farm is in Middle Park Way, Havant, Hampshire, and the summer season is open at 10 AM and we lock up at 5 PM.
If you're enjoying this content, then please do make sure you're subscribed to my channel. This is still a new channel, so every subscriber really does make a difference. You can also turn on notifications to make sure you don't miss any of my new videos. And please let me know what you think in the comments, because they really do help my channel to grow. You can also follow me on social media for links to my latest videos and my photo of the day, in which I usually share photos of flowers from my garden, along with their names if known. You can follow me on Facebook, on Twitter, Instagram, Threads, or you can join my Facebook group to ask questions or share photos. And you can find all of my YouTube videos on the Freya's Tropical Garden website, which I will also be expanding to provide advice pages as well as items for sale. Links to these pages are included in my description.